So depending on the forecaster, we're supposed to get anywhere from no snow to 6 inches of snow. So I'm going with maybe a little. So it's not too terribly bad today. The last few days has been gotten into the 50s. Today it's cloudy. It's supposed to get into the 50s. Right now it's still probably in the 30s, but it sure does feel like there's a snow coming. That being said, the temperatures, I've looked at the forecast, temperatures aren't supposed to get that cold, so it may just be an icing. It's been a pretty mild winter, I'd have to admit. It's not too bad. Carolyn and I were just talking about that this morning, about firewood. We're running out of the less dense wood like sycamore and walnut. We don't have much of that left. And so that doesn't burn as hot as oak. Oak burns pretty hot. So the night before last, I burned oak and it was so hot in there. And I didn't even put that much in it. I took one stick and broke it in half. It just burned all night long, and I mean, I was even getting hot. Carolyn gets hotter than I do. I'm trying to figure out how to minimize the heat output in the stove just using oak, because obviously we're going to put less wood in it, but that being said, how much less? Maybe, you know, just a splinter. But anyway, we're running out of walnut is the point, and on these milder days, it's been mild all winter, that's what I've been using is sycamore. We're completely out of sycamore. I mean, I find a stick here or there mixed in the pile somewhere, but then the walnut is almost gone also. Then we got to get into the transition from winter to spring. It would be nice to have some less dense wood there too, but we're not going to have it. So I got to figure out how to make oak cooler. Got all this stacked up on the porch here, and I've been splitting it and testing to make sure the moisture content is below 20%. With the snow coming, I'm going to throw this tarp over it. I need to get more tarps. I'm just running out. There's 2 wood piles out here I need to get tarped up, but they got a few years. They can sit there and wait. But I don't want this to get wet because it's already dry and it's ready to go. I just got to take it into the house. I got some in the house, so I might start transferring this in the house. And that's what I do when, like, we're burning oak and it's really hot in the house. That's when, you know, I open the door a lot throughout the day. I'll take that oak at that time. That way all the heat's coming outside and we're not cooling off the house too bad. So it's just a little bit of strategic planning. I mean, wood stoves are awesome. I absolutely recommend a wood stove to anybody. Get a wood stove. But I mean, it's manual work is what it is. It's not a thermostat. And it's going to get hot in there. A lot of people, one person actually said, why don't you build onto the house so you can keep the house a little bit cooler when you put the wood stove in. One person said I need to get a new wood stove, but it's just a matter of figuring out how to work it. It's not, I mean, why would I build a bigger house? Then I got to get it permitted. It probably wouldn't pass any codes or anything. So no, I'm not going to do that. I don't understand the logic sometimes. Instead of just using less wood, why, you know, we got to build a new house. I remember one time I knew someone, and she was talking to the newspaper that in the town that she grew up in, and they were wanting to build a new school because the old one was starting to get, you know, old, not too old. And she said she didn't understand. She wrote to the newspaper, said she didn't understand why they were replacing a school. She said it's like replacing the light socket because you got a burned out light bulb. And that's kind of the way I think a lot of people think is, got to have a brand new one because it's a little inconvenient with the ones you got. So I'm gonna let the chickens out. They may not get to come out tomorrow if it snows. They don't like the snow. I didn't bring any corn down. I should have grabbed some corn. I'll go back up there and get some more. I should really enjoy these chickens. I enjoy these chickens a lot more than any chicken I've ever had before. They all got their personality, and I've never really paid attention to chicken personality. I guess because before I had the same breed. But I got, what, 3 different breeds here? I got the Buff Orpingtons, the New Hampshires, and then I got the Americanas. And Americanas, every one of those is a different color. Whereas like the Buff Orpingtons, the 3 of them are the same color. So it's hard to tell them apart. I don't know, they're just all got their little personalities, and it's just kind of neat. People keep telling me, I've said this before, they want me to get a dog, and I just don't think a dog would be happy in here. I mean, our house is so small. We'd be tripping over him all the time. He'd get in the way. And of course, when he gets in the way, what do you say? Come on, move, move, move. So now he's feeling like he's in trouble when he didn't do anything wrong. He was just laying there. I think I have a better attachment to animals than I do humans. And I don't like to mistreat the animals. So today I just thought I'd do a little this or that video. That's what I'm doing here. Talk about whatever I wanted to talk about. The other day, one of the things that has happened recently is obviously I've started this new channel, and I'll put a link to that, at the end of this video. There'll be a box pops up on the screen. Just click the box. It says up next or something like that. But as a result of starting that new channel, a lot of people have told me that I need to change it up here on this channel. You need to do things a little differently. You're always doing the same thing: firewood, chickens, water. So the other day I thought, well, I'll do something a little different, thinking that I would make the people happy that were complaining that I always do the same thing over and over again. I mean, like, for example, wood does really well. When I talk about firewood, it does really well on YouTube. YouTube loves my conversations about firewood. Now, that's not so much anymore because the season's starting to die off. But at the beginning of the season, it was hugely popular. So the other day I decided I was going to change the oil and make a video about it. It's ironic. We want you to do something different, so I did something completely different. The watch time was terrible, and if you know anything about YouTube, watch time is the most critical thing you got on YouTube. Number of people click on the video, that's number one metric, and then watch time is the second metric. Nobody watched it. They dropped off at 7 minutes for a 12-minute video. That's terrible. It's just a little over half. I'm used to getting 80% watch time. They're up to 8-9 minutes of watch time. So nobody watched it. So I just find it ironic that people tell you, okay, this is what you got to do, and you give it a try. I mean, of course you experiment. I'm not really complaining about the fact that people told me to do it. It's just ironic that people think they know how to solve my problems, and they're just very vocal about it. And you do what they suggest, and it doesn't work. So I'm just going to continue to kind of do what I'm doing. These videos seem to do okay. I mean, the channel's not growing. That's obvious. So you know what I'm looking at, so you don't think I'm always looking away. I'm looking at chickens. They've gotten a little far. But Carolyn raked some leaves up over there and was cleaning up that area over there. You might be able to see all the plastic she drug out of there. And so they're digging in the leaves. As long as I don't get much further than that, that'll be okay. I mean, I really enjoyed making that videos. It was pretty nice to make. It was easy to make. I mean, I say easy, that's not the right word. I don't know why I enjoy those kind of videos so much. Now, I was talking about meat eating, and I don't bring religion and politics into this video too much, but I got chewed out and said that God doesn't want us to eat meat. And first of all, I don't get in anybody's religious aspects. I just don't. I don't feel that it's my responsibility to put my nose into your relationship with your creator. I don't think that's my job. And as a result, I don't think it's anybody else's job to tell me how to do things with my creator. It's none of your business what I do. But they just recited all kinds of things in the Bible, and it was complete interpretation. So I Googled it because I knew this wasn't true. I mean, my grandparents ate meat, and they were very religious. And so I Googled it, and I thought, this doesn't make sense, what they're telling me. And what they're referencing is in Genesis, God said, here's the plants and the trees, and that's your meat. And it's an interpretation is what it is, in my opinion, but regardless. But then I got to thinking about it, and Jesus ate fish, a lot of fish. And he taught people how to fish. That was one of the things I've always heard in my life. Give a man a fish and eat for a day. Teach a man to fish and eat for a lifetime. So Jesus ate meat, so I looked up what was Last Supper, and it had a list of all the things, but the one thing that was on it was lamb, meat. So I don't think that God is telling us that we can't have meat. I don't think that's true at all. And then my great-grandmother, she was a huge Southern Baptist. I mean, strict Southern Baptist. And I can guarantee you, if it said anything in there about not eating meat, she wouldn't have been eating meat. But I mean, we always had ham every year. I'm quite comfortable with my choice to eat a carnivorous diet. People keep saying your stomach is not designed to eat meat. And that is just hogwash. That's hooey. There's just no science to back that up with. Even scientists today say that's not true. To eat a vegan diet, a vegetable diet, to eat a vegan diet, you have to have 4 stomachs. That's science. Cows, goats, sheep, they all have 4 stomachs to eat grass. I don't have 4 stomachs, I got 1. And it's a high acidic stomach. Cows don't have very acidic stomachs. Humans have very acidic stomachs. Why? To digest meat. We've been eating meat 2 times a day. I mean, just strict meat. I've gotten off the breads. I've told you this the other day, I got off the breads and the pastas. I mean, we're getting down on our pastas. Eventually, when we get all the pastas eaten, then we'll start eating egg noodles. And I've been watching this doctor, and again, I'm not huge, I don't have a lot of faith in doctors, but this doctor seems to be pretty reasonable. He's not practicing anymore. He's actually started his own business, kind of like a dietitian, I would say. So, and I've been watching him, and he makes a lot of sense. And I listen to vegetarians, and for example, a vegetarian will come out and say, God says you can't eat meat. And I just absolutely know that's wrong. I mean, I know it. I don't have to be a theologian or a Bible expert to know that's just not true. I'm feeling so much better and healthier, stronger. If I can get my breathing under control, I got, these breathing issues from my asthmas. I was poisoned I got black mold poisoning a few years back. So I've been taking, I think, what is it? Ginseng tea, or I don't know, ginger? Oh, it's ginger tea and green tea, which seems to do pretty good loosening that back up. It's an anti-swelling or anti-inflammatory properties to it. And that seems to help. Get my breathing back under control, and man, I'll be as strong as an ox. I'll be like 18 years old again. So if you'll check out that other channel, I put a box right up here, the up next box. Give that a click, watch the video, I'd really appreciate it. So I hope I can inspire you to enjoy your dream as much as I enjoy mine. Thanks for watching.